Predators coach Peter Laviolette is running a clinic on all of us for NHL playoffs. Winnipeg, Manitoba having the conviction to sit Ryan Hartman and then Kevin Fiala, while putting out lineups that include Miikka Salomaki is one thing. Winning both of those road games, the two biggest wins of this Nashville Predators postseason, is another. But it's the way the promoted perform and the demoted eventually respond that really tells the story of what Peter Laviolette has going on in this Predators locker room. Well, he's a motivator number one. I think that's his best quality, said Scott Hartnell, who's returned to the lineup for Thursday's Game 4 of the Western Conference semifinals, joining the second line with Fiala sitting. Stumped us writing folks and had us asking after the Preds' 2-1 win over Winnipeg how much credit Laviolette deserves for such performances in the biggest moments. Nashville Predators head coach Peter Laviolette is by photo. Nashville Predators head coach Peter Laviolette is greeted by fans as the team arrives Monday, April 23, 2018, in Nashville, Tennessee, after defeating the Colorado Avalanche in the first round of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. It's just fun to play for a guy like that, who can really motivate a team every day. Every day it seems like we have our foundation of what we need to do to win, but he always finds a way to give us that extra edge and that extra boost before every game, making really solid coaching decisions. I mean, I could sit here and pump his tires, but his resume speaks for itself. What he's done in the postseason and the regular season. He's well respected in our locker room and has done a really good job of building a team and making everybody feel a part of it. That's just it. The Predators sent a first-round pick to Chicago at the trading deadline for Hartman, yet Laviolette scratched him for a Game 6 romp at Colorado to win that series, and for Game 1 against Winnipeg. Since returning, he has been a demon on skates, and he was one of the stars of Thursday's series-tying win with the first goal of the night in a diving block late in front of Pekka Rinne. Coming soon, response by Kevin Fiala. Hartnell had seen just one playoff appearance entering Thursday. These are talented, proud players who would be certainties in most lineups, but Hartnell stayed ready, came out in Game 4 and gave Preds dumping Dustin Byfuglien and the Jets some physical resistance. He blended in perfectly with Laviolette's plan to slow and silence Winnipeg and even the series a defensive game, swarming in the neutral zone, gaps minimized, details heated. Maybe it will happen in Saturday's crucial Game 5 at Bridgestone Arena. Maybe not. It is a bit of a stunner to consider Salomaki a non-threat in the lineup while Fiala sits, but that's the value Laviolette is putting on the work of the fourth line of Salomaki, Hartman, and Mike Fisher. For me, that line is playing unbelievable, Laviolette said in explaining why Fiala was the odd man out. And so when you are thinking about bringing Hartnell in because of his size, I wasn't touching that line. The physicality, the fact they can play against any line. Sometimes it's not about offense. Sometimes it is about defense and thinking about your lineup that way. And sometimes it's about deferring to a guy who knows this team better than anyone and obviously knows how to elicit excellence from it. Laviolette is schooling the media/Twitter/armchair coaches of the world. He had a feeling about what he was going to get Thursday night on Thursday morning. There's been a few times through the course of the year when we've had a pre-game skate, and for me it's just been too loose, and sometimes that's translated into something that didn't go well that night, he said. And you could just, for me, I could see that in the way that we skate. And I don't even like the pre-game skate, but if we are going to go out there, it was nice to see that it was crisp. You hear a lot that Laviolette motivates, keeps everyone involved, makes moves his players trust will work. You also hear he is as little picture as they come. Dismiss what just happened, ignore the ramifications and what everyone is saying about it. Focus on the next job. Forget that you just blew a 3-0 lead and got bombed 7-4. Forget that you just handcuffed one of the most explosive teams in the league for 60 minutes in their own building. If you've been in enough series and if you coach enough playoff games, you know that there's nothing safe. There's nothing given, Laviolette said. A 1-0 lead means nothing. A 3-1 lead means nothing. 2-2 doesn't mean anything. You've got to play every day. You've got to live every day and play every game like it could be the swing game. And so we go back home. It's a best of 3 now, and our guys will be ready to play. So will Winnipeg. You've just got to keep turning the page. But it's tempting, isn't it, to look at what Laviolette and his team just pulled off and think maybe they've got the edge now. Home ice advantage back. A Saturday night in Bridgestone, a team coming off a Stanley Cup final run and a coach who has won the cup before, finally exerting their superiority on a talented team that's still learning how to win at this level, and that's the noise Lavi talks about, right? Austin Watson said of the urge to think the last game has anything to do with the next. There's none of that in this room.